high school, I was obsessed with K-dramas. As you all know, Namsan Tower was almost in every K-drama. I watched hundreds of them, and I really grew a desire as a teenager to travel to Korea, go to Namsan Tower with my future boyfriend. And now that I have a boyfriend on hand, I set it off to Korea to fulfill my high school bucket list dream. But before we check off this bucket list, we landed in Korea and we chillaxed for the first day. Honestly, it was so chaotic, it was so hot, and so I actually only started vlogging on the second day. On the second day, we were gonna meet up with some friends. Also, can I just comment on the driving in Korea? Because the first day I arrived, I was holding on to my seat, and I wasn't even in a taxi or Uber. I was in a bus. Taxis, buses, cars. Y'all be driving like it's New York City. Like you swerve, 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 and people just cut into each other. It's insane. Like I watched a lot of Korean dramas. I was obsessed with Korean culture. I learned how to read Korean. I knew every ins and out of Korean culture. But tell me why I did not know about their driving style. Tell me why I was so shook when I arrived there. So the place is called Onion. I met up with my friends. They were also in Korea at the time. I'm not even gonna try to say the name because I don't remember it. But we're in the old temple district. I think that's where it is. Oh my god, I sound probably so uncultured. But they had the cutest coffee shop there, the Onion coffee shop. So cute. The pastries were delicious. I was eating that down. Exactly like that. I got this little sausage thing with, I think it was a little spicy. Anyways, it was delicious. My friend here got some powdered thing, sugar powder mountain. I don't know what's it called. It's just sweet, but it's good. So then we walked around the old village and it was really lovely. It was really nice. And then we went into a little boutique shop. Sean got some gifts for his family while Z and I waited because we were tired and we wanted to cool down from the heat. So then after we left that area, we went to, I'm gonna remember this. We went to Songsu. We went to Blue Elephant in Songsu, and honestly, Sean and I already went there in Hongdae. And we went ham. I think we got like 5 sunglasses each. I'm exaggerating. I probably got 4, he got 3. But still, it's a lot of sunglasses for 2 people. Blue Elephant store, so aesthetic. But the one in Hongdae, even bigger and nicer. But this one was also still nice. And so that evening, we were actually staying in Myeongdong. We really wanted to try raw crab. I think that's what we had. I hope it was raw. I don't know. I think it was raw crab. We had raw crab. And then you could see all the banchans we had on the side. I can't list everything that we have, but we had a lot of side dishes. Taste test. Honestly, I was eating that shit up too. I was chef's kiss. It was so good. I loved it. But everyone I went with was like, it was mid. It was okay. It was good, but I wouldn't have it again. I'm like, are you for real? This shit was so good. It was actually really cool. There was a live pianist there and she was just playing right next to our table. It was really lovely. I actually liked it. And the food was amazing. And so the next day we went to Gwangjang market, and obviously I didn't have any footage of me actually drinking rice, Korean version of horchata. It was rice water, rice juice. I don't know what it is, but I call it Korean version of horchata. And it was like rice sugar juice, something like that. But it was absolutely delicious. I think I bought 2 or 3. It was so good. The only thing that I didn't really like about it was that they left the rice grains in the juice. I personally would have filtered that out because I drink orange without pulp and it was giving pulp and I didn't like that. But I still was eating the little rice pieces. Honestly, it tasted like I was eating napkins, but I'm okay with that. it was still very good. But yeah, we had to go to the Netflix stand. And if you know about this Netflix stand, it blew up. I think it was on a Netflix show called Street Food or something. And it was a kalguksu stand. Hopefully I'm saying that right, but it was so good. I don't know if I got much footage of us eating, maybe just footage of the stand, but that place, girl, highly recommend. Then we walked around for a bit, and then we got kimbap because I really wanted kimbap, and we got kimbap and japchae. So after our meal, we went off to fulfill my high school dreams. Actually, before we went to fulfill my high school dreams, we went to Daiso, because if there's one thing you gotta know about me, is that I like to save money. So I know at the Namsan Tower, you need to come in with a lock and a marker, because you need to write your love notes on the lock with the marker, and you need a lock to lock that in. You gotta lock that shit in. I looked up the prices and I found out that the locks at the Namsan Tower were 15 bucks. I'm like, that is crazy. So before we went to the Namsan Tower, we stopped by Daiso. Guess how much we got the lock and the markers for? Under $5. Under $5. I think the lock was $2 and the markers, I got 3 different color markers and they were $1 for that whole pack. So it was great. So then we set off, finally, to go fulfill my high school dream. Okay, hello. I'm on the bus. We're headed to Namsan Tower. Look how cute this bus is. Oh my freaking god. Okay, so just a little backstory about me. I used to love K-dramas. Oh my god, the views are so nice. I used to watch K-dramas, and all of the couples in the K-dramas used to go to Namsan Tower, and I mean, they still do. So my lifelong dream since I was a teen was to take my partner to Namsan Tower, get a lock together, write some love notes on it, and lock it on the tower. So we are here to fulfill the dreams today. Yeah, so we got there, hiked probably like 3 minutes, which felt like, I don't know, 20 minutes because of the heat. And then we got tickets to go up the tower. Yo, tell me why I bought tickets to go all the way up to find out that the lock place was downstairs where it was free. So I spent 40 bucks for me and Sean to go all the way up to then stare down and be like, that's the area. I thought the locks were upstairs. See, I barely did research, so that's where I fumbled. Okay, that's where I fumbled. But then we went back downstairs. Before we went back downstairs, actually, we decided to just start writing on the love lock, because we're like, we're in the AC right now. We might as well do this right now before we go outside in the trenches and suffer. So we wrote our little love lock, but then I filmed it with no sound. So here you go. Just watch us write some love stuff. So what we did was that we wrote one side with our names. I think one of the side with the day Sean asked me out to be his girlfriend, and then the other side was that day. And then the other side was just forever or something like that. So we finally go downstairs. You see all the locks. Some of them are rusted, which I hope ours doesn't rust because I want it to last forever. This is our lock. We have our names, the day we became official, and today's date. Dun dun dun. We should do it together. I feel like we're getting married, poopy. Do it with me. Do it with me. Push it together.
Turn the key.
This is so cute. I can't believe we did it. Put in our lock and we concluded our trip to Korea. I'm just kidding. The Namsan Tower was not the only reason why we went to Korea, okay? On another note, we're returning back to Montreal, and very, very odd flight, but it was cheap. Like I said, I like to save money, but one of our layovers was actually Mexico. I know it's weird, but our layover was Mexico. Initially, it was 2 hours. Got an email saying, hey, it's not 2 hours anymore. It's 14 hours. It's 14 hours. But I was really upset at first. Then I realized my brain just put the dots together, and I was like, let's make a trip out of this. So then we had 2 days, a 2-day layover in Mexico because I asked them to extend it even more. I watched a vlog from Frisia Park. I freaking love Frisia Park. As a YouTuber, love her food recommendation also. So if you ever want travel vlogs, she's also really good at it. And one of her Mexico City vlogs, she went in a hot air balloon and I was like, how perfect, because it's Sean's birthday month this month. So let's surprise him with a hot air balloon flight. And that's exactly what we did. I wish I filmed this. I actually wish I picked up everything, but we got picked up in a white van, and honestly, it was in a white van at like 4 a.m. in Mexico City, and it was so dark, and he didn't even stop on the street I told him to pick us up on. He stopped like we were here, he parked here. So I was like, is that the car? And so I approached the van and he called my name, and I felt a little better that he knew my name. And you know what made me feel better? When the man opened the door to that van and I just saw a bunch of Chinese tourists, and I was like, ah, he's not about to kidnap me, because it's kind of scary out there. I'm not gonna lie. But we got in. Sean and I were separated. He had to sit in the front. I had to sit in the back. So I couldn't actually see his reaction or his surprise, because he actually did not know what was going on. He thought it was a helicopter flight. I don't know why he thought it was a helicopter flight, but he was pretty close. And he told me that he saw signs while we were approaching that it was saying pyramids, pyramids, pyramids. So he thought we were flying over the pyramids in a helicopter. But then when we got off the car, that's when he saw signs of hot air balloons, and he was like, hot air balloon over the pyramids. And I'm like, yeah. Smile and wave. Smile and wave. No, your finger's hidden. But so the hot air balloon flies over the pyramid and you get to see the pyramid. But like low-key, this wasn't as nice as the other one on the other side, because I wanted to fly over the nicer one. I always like nicer things. Anyways, I think that one's like preserved, which is why you can't fly over it. Yeah, so our flight lasted like 45 minutes, which honestly, I think not even 45 minutes, probably an hour. We were actually late. Our pilot couldn't find a place to land because there was like crops, people's homes, the road, like he had to find like an empty land to land on. And so he finally landed. We do champagne right after. Apparently it's a tradition. It's a tradition to have like champagne or alcohol right after you land or have a successful flight. So we did that, and then it was a 30-minute ride back to where we were in the first place, where we took off. And there was a mariachi band for breakfast. However, we only had 10 minutes to eat breakfast and then hop onto a ride back to Mexico City. So because we were late, the ride was only supposed to be 30 minutes. Because we were late, we couldn't eat breakfast. Yeah, that's the sad part of my story. We couldn't eat breakfast. But overall, it was such a beautiful experience to freaking go to Namsan Tower, first of all, because it was my childhood dream. As a 16-year-old, as a 13-year-old, I really wanted to go. So I was so happy to be there. And then the hot air balloon, it was just such a, like, I don't use this word often, but it was such a magical experience. Like honestly, the hot air balloon is like worth every freaking penny. It's expensive, but it's worth every freaking penny. So yeah, honestly, it was such a great trip. I'd be down to go back to Mexico, but the diarrhea goes crazy. We were only there for 2 days. I won't get into it, but yeah. Last thing before I check out this video or check off this video, we are landing in Montreal, and if you know Montreal, your girl was craving orange julep, okay? The whole trip, like 3rd day of being in Japan, I'm like, I need orange julep. And so when we were landing, I saw orange julep from the plane. I literally screamed. Oh. You can't really hear it because I didn't actually want it to scream, but I was screaming in my heart, in my head, in my mind, and in my soul. I was screaming. I was so happy. Anyways, all that to say, amazing trip. Loved it. Everything was great. It was amazing. I hope you guys stayed till the end. I think I'm gonna have more travel vlogs to come, but I'm also gonna be getting back into my product design stuff because I know some of you are here for the product design, UX, UI stuff that I've been posting. Best believe I'm gonna get back on it. I don't have excuses. I really don't. I just have to get back into it. Yeah, I remember my first video that blew up and y'all really like the silent one where I don't talk. So I might try that again. But I actually enjoy talking, so we'll see. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.